Took a little sip, took a little sip.
What's up? What's happening, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Justice Maxwell, and if you're not, thank you for coming back. Here on my channel, we like to talk about travel, dating, self-development, business bits, and just a bit of everything. So stick around if you are new here and make sure you join the family by hitting that subscribe button. If you guys didn't know, it was my birthday this week on Tuesday. I'm filming in real time, so it was my birthday on Tuesday, and baby, we're getting one step closer to 30. We're getting a little too close. I feel like I need to take a couple steps back, but we're getting a bit closer to 30, and I feel like this week has just been full of good vibes, good friends, good times, but also a lot of self-reflection. So I wanted to come to you guys today with 10 things I would tell my younger self, particularly myself in my early 20s, as now we're kind of, I'm in my late 20s, baby. I feel like I don't look it. It's giving young babe, okay? It's giving young girl. Very much grown, very much have been through a lot of life experiences, positive and negative. I feel like I just wanted to share with you guys 10 things that I would say to my younger self and younger girls and younger guys as well that I think are really valuable and things that I wish I had someone else tell me when I was younger. Obviously, these things are based on my experiences, so you might be able to relate, you might not, but hopefully you'll be able to take a little bit of value out of what I have to say. So enough chit chat, let's get into it. I've kind of broken these things into 3 categories. So we have self-development, relationships, and we also have career. So we're gonna start with the self-development because I feel like this is the most important one. Number 1 out of the 10 things I would tell myself in my early 20s has to be, comparison is the theft of joy, okay? This is a quote that I got from Patricia Bright. If you don't follow her, she is like an OG YouTuber. She has always said comparison is the theft of joy. And what that means is if you compare yourself, your situation, where you're at in life with other people, you are gonna lose all joy that you have in the things that you're doing in your own life, okay? What is meant for you will be for you. Whichever way, however long that takes, however way that manifests, what is for you, and it will not pass you. I feel like it's so easy to look at what other people have, whether that's peers or friends, you know, in our workplace, and kind of compare or think to ourselves, wow, I would like to have that, or I would like to have those things and do those things and go to those places, but you never know what that person has been through to get there. You don't know what someone else's journey looks like, so how can you possibly compare that to your own journey? It's just a recipe for failure. And I feel like this is something that we all do, but I definitely did in my early 20s, especially not really knowing where I wanted to go in life or what I wanted to do. It was easy to see other people who were being successful in what they were doing and be like, damn, maybe I should do this. Why am I not doing this? Why am I not getting ahead in this particular thing? So I think overall, just don't compare yourself and your journey to somebody else, because you're going to take all the fun and all the joy out of what you're doing. You have to just look inside yourself and find things that you can be grateful for. Practice gratitude regularly. Once you do that and you start looking inwards, I feel like all the good things will start to come, because what is meant for you is for you. Number 2 on the list is it is okay not to know what's next. This is something I really struggled with in my early 20s, especially being in uni. I was kind of on a course that I wasn't really too sure about. I didn't really enjoy my uni experience, and I kind of just didn't really know what I wanted to do. But I stuck through it, you know, did a good job in university, got a first. Even after university, I still kind of didn't know where I wanted to go. I was kind of just following that career path that you're told. Go to school, go to college, go to uni, get a graduate job. But not knowing exactly what I wanted to do kind of made me put a lot of pressure on myself to figure that out immediately. And life is not about having all the answers. I feel like the purpose of life is to give life a purpose. You've got to kind of find the things that make you feel satisfied and make life worth living, and do those things, pursue those things. If you were just given all the answers, like, what would be the point? So just understand that life is a journey. You're not always gonna know what's next. Even if you see people and it looks like they know exactly what they're doing. Even looking at me, babe, I'm just a girl from Tottenham, okay? I didn't know that things were gonna turn out the way that they have turned out. Oh, I was gonna be where I am now. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing next year. I don't know what I'm gonna have for lunch tomorrow. Like, but that's okay. It's actually okay. And you've got to kind of just slow down, take a step back, take a breather, and realize this is life. I can do whatever I want. And the whole point of this journey is to find what it is I enjoy and to create my own purpose. Leading on from that point, number 3 is nothing is forever. Life is so flexible and malleable that nothing is forever. So whatever situation you might be in, whether you're happy with that or not happy with that, nothing is permanent. Life is not stagnant if you don't want it to be. You can literally change your reality. And again, taking me for example, I'm literally a random babe from Tottenham. I live in Thailand. What? Who would have thought? Because I didn't. I live in Thailand. I literally had an idea, actioned it, and now it's my reality. And you can do the exact same thing. It might take a bit of work, it might take a bit of research, a bit of planning, you know, a bit of saving, a bit of grafting, but it's more than possible and you can literally shape your reality. You just have to sit down, create your vision and action it. If you're not happy in your career, change it. If you're not happy in your relationship, change it. You are literally in control. Nothing is forever. You can change everything if you wanted to. I feel like you should take that statement and realize that there's so much power in it. Nothing is forever. Nothing has to be how it is right now. You have the power to change your reality. And that leads me into our next point number 4, which is to dream bigger, okay? I feel like I never really understood the phrase, the sky's the limit. But baby, when I tell you, each one of you, if you watching this video, okay, you have so much power. You have so much power in this life, in your life. You are literally the driving force, the controller of your life. If you want to go and flip in, I don't know, be a cabaret singer in Fiji and have a pet pig, you can literally make that your reality. I don't know where I got that from, but you can literally make that your reality. I feel like we have this one life and a lot of people do not dream big enough. A lot of people stay in their boring 9-to-5 job for 60+ years. Is that the biggest dream you have, babe? If it is, if that's your goals, then great. I love that for you. That's amazing. But I feel like most of us choose to settle in life because we don't dream big enough. What is it? Aim for the moon and fall on the stars or something like that. But it's basically saying you should have really high goals, and even if you think that they're unattainable or you won't be able to grasp them, you should shoot and aim for the moon, because even if you don't achieve the moon or reach the moon, you'll fall among the stars, you know? Even if you don't get all the way up here, shit, at least you'll get, you know, pretty close to it, hopefully. I feel like the mindset I have now compared to the mindset I had when I was in my early 20s is just, baby, if not you, then who? That's just the attitude I have now. If not you, then who? Like, who's gonna do this better than me? Like, no one can do this that I want for myself better than I can do it for myself, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. But basically, just dream bigger. Yeah, dream bigger. Okay, that brings us on to number 5, and it's kind of the last point in my self-development category, and that is that communication is the key. Baby, in all different aspects of life, communication is key. In your friendships, in your relationships at work, at home, your personal life, communication is the key. I feel like so many issues could have been avoided in my early 20s if I had just communicated how I felt about situations earlier or more efficiently. A lot of the time issues arise because there's a misunderstanding, or someone doesn't know how you feel, or you don't know how someone else feels. And the way to solve that is literally to have a conversation. And shit, maybe you won't be able to resolve the issue or whatever it is, but at least you now know where each person stands, and you can choose to move forward or you can choose to leave that where it is. Let's move on to our next category, which is relationships. You guys know I love to spill the tea. I love to talk about relationships. But something that I would tell myself in my early 20s is baby, he's not your husband. He is not your husband. And what I mean by that is you can meet a guy and you can think he is the bee's knees, he is everything. I'm ready to marry. I'm ready to marry, okay? Baby, it might not last. It might not last in your early 20s, and that's okay. Let's be real. You've got to kiss a few frogs to find, you know, the frog for you. Most people that date in their 20s or have relationships in like their teens, early 20s, I feel like for most of us, they don't last. They don't really, you know, end up being the person that we're with forever, and that's okay. And for some people it does end up being the person that they're with forever, and that's beautiful, like what? But the reality is you're gonna have to kiss a lot of frogs, and it's important not to get too infatuated with people to the point where you kind of lose focus on yourself and what you're doing for yourself, you know? This is something that I definitely did when I was younger, you know, just being so amazed by a guy and just being like, oh my God, like I love him, I want to marry, you know, he's my everything, he's my life, I can't breathe without him. But baby, I'm still here, I'm still breathing, and they're not here, like what? Try not to lose yourself in the relationships that you get into in your early 20s, because you've got to just see all these things as character building and figuring out what you really like, you know? What do you really like? Don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Leading on from that point is to date. Date a lot. Date a lot, bro. Now that I am grown and I have been traveling the world and meeting all different types of men from all different types of places, I feel like it has become so much clearer to me the qualities that I need to have in a partner. And I wouldn't have figured that out as quickly as I have now. I guess it's not that quick because I'm pushing 30, but I wouldn't have figured that out if I hadn't have had this period of dating. I feel like it's so quick for me now to be able to identify people that are just not for me, people that, I don't know, hold narcissistic qualities or potential that they don't reach. Baby, you cannot fall in love with potential. Potential is great, but if it is potential and promises with no action, it is basically just decorated lies. So really date a lot. You will figure out what you really like. You will learn so much about yourself, the kind of partner you want to be, and it will become a lot easier just to find the person that is worthwhile and worth your time. This next point again leads on quite nicely from that one, and that is to be the person you want to date or be the friend you want to have. A lot of the time when we are in situations, whether that's friendships or relationships, it's so easy to pick out the little things that we don't like about the other person or the situation. I think it's very important to look within yourself and just realize the things that maybe you could work on, because you can only change your actions. You're only responsible for your actions. You can't really change anybody else. Say you have a friend that you would like to, I don't know, speak to a bit more often, and you're getting down about it, which is something that I did a lot in my 20s. Are you making an effort to hit up that friend and strike up conversation? Or are you just sitting there in your feelings like, oh, no one wants to speak to me? You've got to be the person that you want to have around you, you know? You've got to be a good friend to have good friends. You've got to be a good partner to get a good partner. We can probably look within ourselves and work on things within ourselves to make those relationships better. That's definitely something I would say to my younger self. My third and final topic for you guys is going to be kind of career stuff. So something that I would tell myself in relation to your career. Try different jobs to figure out what you like. I don't know if it's just me or maybe it's just like a London or UK thing, but I feel like growing up, you're told that you shouldn't have too many jobs because it doesn't look good on your CV. Guys, if I tell you the number of jobs I've had, from working in a pub, pulling pints for the mandem, for the geezers, working at festivals, working in the NHS. I used to work in a law firm. Can you imagine me, Justice, working in a law firm? The irony was mad. And now I'm literally a teacher in Thailand. It makes no sense, but doing all of these little things have literally shown me what I like and shown me what I don't like. I'm not a corporate babe, I am a creative, hence why I'm here on the YouTube platform. So you have to try different things to figure out what you want to do. Again, I feel like I put so much pressure on myself to have all of the answers and know what I wanted to do. So I encourage you guys to pick up a new hobby and try something different. Go to different workshops or different networking events and, you know, immerse yourself in different things, and hopefully the thing that you want to do will become a lot clearer to you a lot sooner. My final point that I will share to you guys of the things I wish I told myself in my early 20s is the value of consistency, okay? You have to put in the work if you want results. And this can go for career stuff, this can kind of go for everything in life, really. If you want to be successful in something, consistency is going to be your biggest asset. In a lot of things, it's not necessarily about your talent. It's not necessarily about the quality of your work, unfortunately. A lot of the times it is about consistency. Who is going to show up time and time and time and time again? And you can see this on things like YouTube and things like TikTok and the social medias. The people that are really big and really popular are not necessarily people that make amazing 4K video with drone shots and XYZ. Sometimes, yeah, but a lot of the time it's just people who are consistent, who, you know, are fun to be around and who upload every week. So there's people that have something to watch every single week. They know, all right, that mate over there, yeah, he's gonna be there on the YouTube platform on Sunday, like me. And I'm gonna tune in to him because I know he's gonna be there because he's consistent. So really try to practice consistency. A lot of the time we don't have motivation to do things. It's the consistency that is gonna get you to where you wanna go. So stick with it, push through, and you will start to see results. I promise you, you will see results with your consistency. All right, my loves, that is the end of this video. I hope you took something from it. I feel like I'm a bit of a rambler, but these are things that I wish I had someone to tell me when I was a bit younger, just so I guess I wouldn't stress as much or put as much pressure on myself. So I hope that hearing this from me, someone who is pushing 30, you know, give yourself some grace and take a bit of that pressure off. You've got time. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, at least a little bit, hit that like button. And if you want to join the family, you know, hit the subscribe button. I mean, I try to be here every week. I try to be consistent. So I would love to see you guys in my next video. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.